Everybody, Chris St. John, architect and dev, doing AI dev tips and working with Instantiate.io to get your startup plans ready. Let's say you have a business you've been thinking about, maybe even a few different ideas, maybe you've done some coding, but you're not sure where to start with the business plan, the marketing plan, then this is a great way to go. Because if you've gone down the wrong direction, you're going to take a lot of time to have to keep refactoring. This is the splash page when you first go there, and it gives you just a little overview of some of the tools. Get AI suggestions for domains. One of my favorites is exploring new features, so you can give it a business idea and it will just generate a bunch of new features you could offer. When you're starting up a business plan, you want to have a mission statement, core values. This will help generate ideas for those as well. And the whole point here is to make it easier to do value creation experiments. On the right here, you see getting started. This explains it, and this will also be inside the app. There's a FAQ section. And to get started, just hit Alpha Tester Sign In. From there you see that we agree to the terms, privacy policy, and alpha tester guide below. Keep in mind there's no automatic backup currently in the alpha testing in the cloud of your prompts and the results. It's just backed up on your browser. But you can do a manual backup. Inside the app, it allows you to basically export all your information locally. And also keep in mind, if you do log in with Google, there will be an extra account permissions pop-up, and that will be for the Google Drive files if you want to create them. So it does ask you for additional permissions. I'm going to just use the GitHub login, but you did see probably some other options there. You can also just sign up normally with your email address and creating a new password also. So here, let's get oriented. On the left column, we have a list of all the different tools to help you develop startup plans. And we do recommend that you start with startup ideas, because a lot of the tools down below are based on what you came up with initially with your startup ideas. In this input box at the top here is where you would input what you're interested in, your interests. I had this idea for an all-day world breakfast food truck based in Los Angeles. You don't have to put a location, and you can be as vague or as specific as you want to be. You can put in a whole paragraph worth of stuff, or you can just put in a list of ideas, even just a comma separated list of your interests. And I had this idea that there would be breakfast all day, but there could also be specialties from around the world based on the time zone. So maybe if it's breakfast in Paris, but it's evening in Los Angeles, then maybe you could still order Paris breakfast. And also I had this idea for a waffle burger. I think one of our specialties would be a waffle burger with maple syrup. What it's going to do here is just generate a lot of different ideas based on what I input in. And that's going to come back as a series of card boxes with the ideas. And for each of these, you can hit the copy button to copy everything in there and put it into, a presentation or something you're doing. You can save it. You can also just remove it. And right now we're on the AI results tab. If you want to see everything you've saved, then you would click the Save tab. And when you're on the saved page, you can also do what's called top picks. You can pick something to be part of your business plan. Items in the saved column are not in your business plan yet. They're just saved, kind of like promoted to a higher level that you can, so that you can remove all your results You see here we get a lot of different results. We get breakfast box subscription, virtual tour guide, hipster breakfast cafe. These weren't exactly what I was looking for, but this is a brainstorming app. That means you're not going to get 100% hits on what you want. I like this. Global breakfast tour, time zone breakfast. Those are good. And sometimes you're going to get some strange results too, because this is AI and it's coming up with different ideas. And sometimes also you will get a very large idea or a couple ideas listed together. We're working on fine-tuning this. You really shouldn't get multiple ideas in one card, but that does happen sometimes. And if you like one of the ideas in there, you can still copy paste anything here into your plan. I'm going to search again or submit for more ideas. So breakfast and ramen bowls, that's interesting. Not exactly what I was looking for. Still trying more. I have global brunch passport in there. I like this. West Coast brunch crawl, virtual breakfast cooking classes, breakfast around the clock cafe. Okay. And this is just giving us startup ideas. We put our original idea in there. And these are the ones we've saved. So we're in the Save tab, and this is what I was talking about before with the top pick. Whenever you click top pick for something, then that's going to be actually added to this top tab there, and it's going to be also added as part of your plan. And on the top tab, you can also drag and drop the order of the results there, and that's going to affect the order of the plan as well. So I'm looking here, now I'm looking at the features to refine ideas, and this is just basically taking your current prompt but adding more features to it, ideas for features that you can add to your business. So I like this one, brunch bus. We'll convert a double-decker bus into a mobile brunch experience. That's great. This is just thinking outside the box. This is coming up with additional ideas. You could do catering as part of your food truck. Maybe certain parts of the day you're just doing your normal food truck operations, but then other times of the day you have catering, or you have another employee or several employees doing catering. Subscription box, cooking classes, we have that all in the saved. And again, saved does not actually add it to your plan yet. It has to be in the top category. So these are all ones that have been top picked, and in the plans for each tool that you're on, it's just going to show what in that tool is in the plan. But there's another area where you can just view the entire plan, and we'll see that later. I'm going to look for some more features. We're just getting our feet wet here. This is actually the first walkthrough that I've done live on YouTube. So we might structure this a little bit better. Yoga, morning yoga, breakfast pop-up events, breakfast club membership. I like the features one. Myself, I find some of these tools to be more valuable than others, and I like the features one. I like lower down, I like the revenue streams. I might move the revenue streams up in the menu here. Revenue streams and features both give you a lot of ideas on what to do with your business. You might have one core idea, but then there's a bunch of revenue opportunities you didn't think about. And if you're doing market research, you may decide that it's really worthwhile to ask people about these other ideas. It may turn out that one or two of those ideas people are really enthusiastic about, and you may decide to pivot a little bit at some point more towards that. So here I'm looking at different web domain ideas. This is linked to Namecheap and GoDaddy. Not sure why I'm seeing that in pounds. I have it set to USD, but we have GoDaddy, Breakfast Passport. I like this one, breakfastpassport.com. So if I was going to buy a domain, I could have gotten that right now. And as I mentioned, there are often a lot of weird ones. I have no idea what Breeders Plate? I have no idea where that comes from. But, Breakfast Drive, Fusion Flakes, Worldwide Waffles, Breakfast Around the World, Pancake Safari, Breakfast Barista. But over time, experimenting with this app with a lot of different business ideas, it does give you good ideas. Sometimes you have to iterate many times to get the ideas you want, but that's kind of the fun of it. There is a Rate My Domain also. And you can also get catchy slogans. Keep in mind right now we are just in the business portion of this. There's actually several different categories: business, marketing, finance, UX, and development. So you can build out all of those different parts. You can widen the input box, make it bigger. So we can use kind of the same process. You'll get used to it. You basically have all results, or the AI results, I should say, saved, top, and planned. So you're going to be going back and forth. I haven't really looked at it, but we're also saving the prompt. So every time you input something in, you are actually able to see the history of the prompts that you've put in. So yeah, Breakfast Passport, we like that. Global Breakfast Tour, just kind of fooling around with this a little bit to get a mission statement. Bringing the world to your breakfast table. Yeah, that's great. That's great. And some of the punctuation and things might be a little off on this. This is something we're obviously fine-tuning. What happens is the AI is a little bit hard to format sometimes. It doesn't always give us back, even in what we request for it to come back in. And we think this is going to definitely improve in the very near future. But for now, you may just end up copy and pasting some of this into your pitch deck or your business plan document. You may have a little bit of light editing to do. Igniting the wanderlust with every bite at Breakfast Passport. I like that. I mean, come on, this isn't bad for 10 minutes, 15 minutes of brainstorming. We've already generated about, 26. We've already generated about 60 ideas. We've saved some. We've ranked some at the top. Embarking on a breakfast revolution. I mean, this is supposed to be fun too. And it's specifically been built so that you can get some enjoyment out of it. It's not just supposed to be all serious. So normally some of this might be considered kind of dry to a lot of people, but this is a lot of fun. Core value, authenticity, innovation, sustainability is a core value at Global Breakfast Tour. Cultural appreciation is at the heart of our startup. And there I top pick all. Future vision is a fun one. There are often a lot of interesting things that come out of that, and several users who have been trying this, they found really interesting things came out of the future vision one. So here it talks about mission, market position, product service roadmap, new breakfast specials from various countries around the world, geographic expansion beyond Los Angeles, technology, mobile ordering, tracking. Saved most of those, top pick all. Those are all added to our plan. Let's look at catchy slogans. Now this one, I think this one might need a little bit of fine tuning. Sometimes it comes out good, sometimes it comes out kind of a mess, and so we might need to work on this one a little bit. This one, if you get a deluge of information like this, you're not really supposed to get this many entries. But if you get a deluge, you can copy paste it. All these cards, so to speak, all these results, you can copy paste the text from there. So if you wanted to do that, this is the way it should really look. They're supposed to be shorter. Breakfast from around the world right at your doorstep. Join us on a breakfast adventure around the globe. That's a good one. I like that. Indulge in breakfast flavors from every culture. We have built-in memory into this, but the memory does not go back very far. So it might only go back 5, 6, 7 results, depending on how long the results are. And so sometimes it can repeat a little bit. Also, if you're familiar with how AI works, there's like a temperature setting, and a really high setting would give you more random results, but a high setting will also give you bad results. I mean, like just totally irrelevant results sometimes. So right now we have it in the middle. Unique value proposition, a taste of the world, a taste of the world. Yeah. Unique dining experience. I like that. You get a lot of good phrases out of this. Fresh and authentic ingredients, things you want to add to your marketing materials. Value for your money. And we're building a business plan while we're doing this. When you hit top pick all, or when you go to saved and hit a top pick, you're actually adding that to your plan. So in the background, your plans, look at this. I love this one. Customizable breakfast builder, interactive cooking classes. And there is a little bit of overlap between advantages, revenue streams, and the features. There's kind of an overlap there, but it helps you find new things. Partner. So what are some things we can do? We can partner. So we're looking at the plan for the tool right here. Partner with travel agencies. Founding team. So this is something you would want in your business planning when you're trying to get funding as well. Founding team would usually be a slide in your pitch deck for funding, either from angel investors or VC. So this will give you an idea, like a checklist, so to speak, of the type of people that you should probably have on your founding team, because this is going to make the investors feel better that you have experts in these particular areas. You want a visionary CEO founder. You want a culinary expert. What about a visionary chef founder? Bringing a passion for food and visionary leadership. And you should have a technical co-founder, it says. Deep understanding of web development, mobile applications, databases, and an operations expert for logistics. Team roles is a little bit different. That's not just the founding team, but if you expand, or even just the day-to-day operations, what type of team you would need. So maybe like a chef. Depends how big you are. If it's just a food truck operator, that might just be you. If you want to do all these travel experiences, work that in, do deals with tour guides and tour agencies, then you might want to add that as a team role. One of the things about doing business and marketing plans is to be visionary and to think outside the box, to think in the future. If you're successful after a year or two, how can you expand? You could have a brand manager. You could have a social media coordinator. These are all things you've maybe even thought of before, but this is a way that you can organize it into the plan. Again, we're building a plan as we are saving and picking our top picks. So here we're going to look for advisors. And again, this is part of the founding team, where you might want to have some advisors who are involved not in the day-to-day, but they're involved in advising, an industry expert, for example, a technical advisor. They're not necessarily on the payroll, but they're there to guide you because you're a new startup. This is all part of your startup pitch deck, perhaps. Marketing and growth, financial advisors. With this checklist, you can potentially get more funding by getting more advisors. And also let those that are investing in you know that you do have good advisors once you get them. And this is one of my favorite areas, the revenue streams. This is really great for brainstorming different ideas. Obviously, it will come up with the typical ones like food and beverage sales, but then things like experiential breakfast tours, merchandise sales. What are all the different revenue streams that you can get? Saved a few. I top pick all. Then I head over to milestones. Milestones will give us a little bit of a pre-launch or post-launch checklist, items we should do. Again, the AI is going to come up with these, and it's your job to save them, add them to your plan. Develop a strong brand identity, conduct a soft launch, establish strong online presence. If you're putting a plan together, it really helps to show this to investors. You see here the milestones for the business plan, startup plan. I've saved those. I could reorder those so the pre-launch phase is at the top by dragging and dropping. I'm going to delve into a few other ones in some different categories soon. I looked at user qualities here for marketing, and these would be the type of users that could use this food truck, or would be the target market: young food enthusiasts, travel enthusiasts, health conscious individuals, corporate professionals in a hurry to get a breakfast early in the morning or on their break later if it's an all-day breakfast. And it will get more detailed if you want it to be. It will get, for example, it said the age group. As always, you can put as much as you want in the input prompt. Right now, I'm not putting too much. I'm just kind of going with the generic of what we already tried. But if you wanted to add things to the prompt to make it more specific, you can definitely do that. We see at your families, foodies, and all these things are things, of course, you could come up with on your own, but then you wouldn't have the tools organizing these and the business plan being created in the background to make it easier to use this in a pitch deck, in a presentation, and so forth. This is not only a brainstorming tool, but it's also an organizing tool and a tool that's meant to accelerate your ability to present this to investors, partners, potential employees, advisors. We see sometimes, I saw one right there, sometimes there's a little glitch with the AI and we're still fine-tuning things. This is an MVP, a minimum viable product at this point. This is the alpha launch. So we're finding that every once in a while, maybe 5 to 10% of the time, we get a weird thing that comes out of the AI. And so we're working on ways of filtering those out. These are some user stories. If you're in marketing, you know that creating user stories is one way that you can work on your branding and your target markets. You know, as a food enthusiast, I want to broaden my culinary horizons and so forth. There's a growth hacks section here where it will come up with ideas to get promotion for your food truck in this instance, or your business, whatever it is. Viral Instagram hashtag campaign, personalized customizable breakfast options, build your own breakfast. I like that a lot. Contact popular travel influencers, launch a referral program. And here you see I'm actually in the full startup plan right here. I clicked that and now you can see everything. Now I have some empty spots here. Rate my domain, mission statement. I never did those, so those show up as empty on that. I'll go in and make some mission statement ideas. There's founding team. Add those to top, and when I add those to top as top picks, it will add it to the plan. I'm going to drag and drop these so that they're ordered better for what I want. And now you see that those have been filled in. It's looking good. I have core values, future vision, advantages of these business ideas, the founding team. Don't have team roles yet. Milestones. There's many different types of people that can use this app and really benefit from it. On the one hand, if you're already in product development, if you're a product manager or an entrepreneur, I think what you'll find is that this can speed up your brainstorming and organization process. So you may already know about all these different categories, all these things you have to do, and you may do a lot of them, but you may be doing it in a way that's not the most efficient and productive or best way of organizing this. You may be able to do 2 or 3 different product ideas in a day instead of maybe in the past you did kind of some of these topics and it took you a lot longer. Like here, I'm looking at market size. It gives me some market size numbers. Of course, all these market size numbers and things are sometimes a year or 2 out of date, but this gets you started. This gives you something to start making hypotheses about for your value creation experiment. Talks about average spending on food in Los Angeles. I didn't even know that, $15 estimated. And then here we have the way of backing up. Save to a backup file. And that's it for now. Thanks a lot for checking this out. We're going to do a lot more of these. This is just the first one. Check out instantiate.io.